You are being supported by an energy older than time that has your back indiscriminately. Trust that you're being held and guided by ancestors who want the best for you and to see you elevate. Trust that your ancestors want you to thrive and to live a spectacular life, and that you don't need to do anything to be worthy of that. Trust that your ancestors have greater plans for you than you can possibly imagine, and that you were chosen to do this work in this lifetime with this particular voice and body, that you are capable of creating what you speak, that your hopes and dreams are always being heard and taken into consideration, and that your ancestors, combined with that unnameable, ancient energy, are conspiring to make it happen. And that being in gratitude is one way to feel and communicate with that ancient energy. 4, be ready for the challenges and whatever shadows may arise. There is no template for healing the wounds of our ancestors. For all of us, there's only self-questioning and embracing this commitment. Listening to the voices of our ancestors channeled through the young people in our community. Learn from our culture how to move differently and love one another as best we can. There's no easy way to do this or to have this conversation. This work always feels like I am energetically slicing myself down the center and bleeding this raw truth experience of how I have survived. There's great violence in the world, and I live within that great violence. But I'm also happy. Happiness can reside with our rage, and trauma can be a medium through which we survive and thrive to continue our personal liberation, as well as the liberation of those around us. For some, meeting the truth about our ancestors can mean confronting the harm that they caused. You may not always be proud of the legacy they left behind. As you start to retrace your history and reclaim your wholeness, you may even find that there are parts of you that have maintained privilege and access to society that you know is on the backs of other people. But we must be bold in facing all of who we are, including the parts that are ugly and funky, the parts we wish we could leave behind. We must be willing to reclaim the wholeness of who we are, and from that wholeness lies our freedom. And lastly, unlearn isolation and return to community. I believe that all healing is relational, and that it happens in communion with the earth, with your ancestors, with your truest, deepest self, and with other humans as guides, companions, and teachers. We don't survive alone. We survive in community. Science shows us that social interconnectedness leads to longevity. Okinawa is where women live longer than anywhere else in the world. Okinawans stay active by keeping medical gardens full of vegetables, herbs, and spices. They maintain deep dedication to friends and family with social networks or mois, groups of friends dedicated to each other for life. These tribes promise financial support in times of need, allowing for the emotional security of knowing that someone is always there for them. We also know that isolation and lack of social ties are some of the hidden causes of heart disease and high mortality rates. It breeds depression, which leads to lower immunity to disease. Our liberation happens, our joy happens in our connections with each other. What we are experiencing in this moment in time is coming back to a realization that we are lost in isolation, we are lost in oppression, and we find ourselves in community, reminding us that we're connected to all that is. This is our moment to dream and to think outside of the box about what do we want our lives to look like on a daily basis, and do our best to make moves, intentional, breath-filled moves to create that with one another. In closing, I wish to offer you a prayer to love and action. May we honor the ancestors who came before us and the inspiration of many elders who have led the way. We know you who came before us dreamed of things that no one thought could exist. We honor you by continuing to dream, by finding new ways to advance rights that you gave your lives for. With this movement, we honor you. To each and every one of you, thank you for hearing me. Thank you for seeing me. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I let doubt sway my mind into believing that nobody cares, that nobody will listen, and that nobody has my back. But you do, and I appreciate it beyond words. I want you to understand that you are powerful beyond anything you can possibly imagine. That while existing in a world that is constantly trying to shrink, silence, disregard, and destroy you, still you rise, shine, and achieve. I want you all to live free, to recognize the joy of living and to let go of anything you feel does not bring you closer to your liberation. May you be bold. May you be brave. May you be loving, joyful, and kind. May you carry with you the vitality and spirit of the generations before you. And whatever you dream for your life, may you summon the strength to follow that dream. May you always let your fear be greater, your faith be greater than your fear. May you never forget, through all the pain, through every moment of every day, that your ancestors walk beside you, cheering you on, hoping for you, praying for you, loving you. And may you one day love and guide the ones who will come after you, as your ancestors have done for you. For all the people here engaged in the work of liberation and justice, may you be free from the violence and sorrow that can accompany change. May the ancestors rise to meet you, and may remembering your woundedness give birth to empathy, and may that empathy awaken compassion. Any good that may be generated by our time here together, may we offer and dedicate freely and generously to all beings everywhere, without exception. May we ever uplift, share, and manifest that which is your birthright, that you are and always have been your ancestors' wildest dreams. Thank you.